Yo guys, early here, back at it again with a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my best class setup, which I use personally in Warzone. And as always, before we get into the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified when the next drop a video. And yeah guys, really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Comment down below if you're new to the channel so I can reply to your comment. Now let's get right into the video. First of all, I use the assault rifle, which is called the GRAU 5.56. And that gun is brilliant. Honestly, once you've got the attachments unlocked, this gun is amazing. I remember when the gun first came out, I hated the gun. I said it had too much recoil. I didn't like it. I didn't like the iron sights. I didn't like anything about this gun. Hence why I did not use it until just recently. I started using it about a week ago. Um, and it's just done me amazing things, man. This gun is crazy, and ever since I started unlocking attachments for it and I started using the gun, it's been amazing. And literally now I understand why a lot of these YouTubers use this gun and why a lot of people recommend the GRAU 5.56 on their class setup videos. And literally guys, first off, if you do use this gun and you haven't got attachments for it, unlock attachments for it. You can do that by using the gun in multiplayer, using it in Warzone, etc. Or if you see an enemy's gun and they're using the GRAU, just pick it up and start using it. It will unlock attachments for you. So definitely don't judge this gun without unlocking attachments. Unlock the attachments first, use it for yourself, and then give it a go, because this gun is brilliant. Because I was one of those naive people who didn't want to use this gun because I just thought it was rubbish. And now it's the best gun and I use it all the time on my loadout. It's the only gun I choose. Now, attachment wise, what I do use on this gun, this is kind of personal preference, but this is what I personally use, and I feel like this is the best sort of class setup that you could use. First of all, I use the muzzle. Now, the muzzle I use is the monolithic suppressor, and obviously I use this to so enemies don't hear me shooting and enemies don't see me on the map. And the pros for this monolithic suppressor is that it gives you sound suppression obviously and damage range, and the cons are obviously ADS speed is obviously decreased, and aim walking steadiness is decreased as well. um, Before using this I was actually using the lightweight suppressor, and that was because of the sound suppression, and the con for that was it would just be the damage range. However, I've realized that on this gun you need more damage range and obviously the suppressor. So I thought, you know what, let me just try the monolithic suppressor, and ever since then it's done good. And I use other attachments that can obviously turn the cons on this attachment to pros on another attachment. So at the end of the day, you're still left with 50-50. It's not like you're left any bad off or worse off. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then secondly, I use the barrel. Now the barrel I use on this is mainly because of the iron sights. It's not mainly to do with like the pros and the cons. It's mainly to do with the iron sights, because obviously on this gun when you put on a different barrel it changes the iron sights, and obviously the iron sights that the gun comes with I don't like them, and the iron sights that kind of suit my playstyle and my kind of vision is the Tempest to 26.4-inch arch angle, sorry, my bad. And obviously the pros for this is the damage range once again, as and with the monolithic suppressor you get the damage range as well. Second pro is the bullet velocity. The third pro is recoil control. And as I was saying, the cons, ADS speed once again. Another con is movement speed. And I don't mind this too much because it's like, it's just ADS speed. It's kind of like every other attachment you put on, it's going to slow down the ADS speed. That's just, Call of Duty for you. There's not much you can do about that. However, I used to use the ZLR Drifter, and I used to use that because of the pros. It had a lot more pros. But then I realized that I can't use an underbarrel, and the underbarrel is quite important in this game too. But yeah, I use the arch angle just because I like the ADS. I like the iron sights for it. And the third attachment I use is an underbarrel. Now the underbarrel I use is the first one that you unlock, which is called a Commando foregrip. I just feel like that the pros for this is a lot more than all the other underbarrels that you can unlock. I just feel like the Commando foregrip is way better than all the other underbarrels. I mean, you could use the Merc foregrip. It's got recoil control and hip fire as a pro, but then the con is ADS speed and aim walking movement steadiness. And I feel like if you use too much cons where like its ADS speed is too slow and things like that, you're just gonna have a gun that's just too slow, and you're not gonna be able to react quick enough to people shooting at you. And we all know in Warzone you get shot from miles away. There's a lot of hackers and things like that. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. The next one I use is ammunition. Now, I use an ammunition mag which is 50 mags. There is two, there is 50 and 60. I use the 51 only because if you use a 61, it lowers your mobility and your control. So I use the 51 because I feel like it's enough to kill at least 3 people in a squad, sometimes more, depending on how accurate you are with your gun. But personally, I feel like it's enough to at least knock off 2 people, quickly reload or quickly switch to your secondary, and then finish off the other two or extra player or whatever it is. Um, yeah, but you could use the 60, as I said, this personal opinion. If you feel like you need more ammo, I just feel like it's not worth the extra 10 bullets. I mean, if you reload, you get an extra 50 anyway, so I don't feel like it's the need. But some people may want extra bullets, that's up to you. Next attachment I use is the rare grip, and the one that I personally use is the XRK Void 2, which is the first one that you unlock, and the pro for that is ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, and the con is aiming stability and recoil control. So it's got 2 pros and 2 cons. I chose this one. I mean, you could use any of them actually. They've got good sort of pros and cons or whatever. But I choose this one only because it's got faster ADS speed, and I've got a lot of attachments which have a con of ADS speed. So I thought, you know what? Let me use this one so I can at least make up for those losses and gain some extra ADS speed. And obviously alongside that I get sprint to fire speed, and in Warzone I like to rush people and jump at people and things like that, so it's easier for me to aim quickly and just shoot people. So if I'm running, I might see someone in front of me, I can just aim like straight away and I can just snap at them, sort of thing. So that's my sort of class setup for the GRAU 5.56. The secondary which I use, is if you're interested, is the RPG. Other people use different, they use the dual pistols and things like that. Some people use a handgun or Desert Eagle and things like that. But me personally, I use the RPG. I just feel like it's so good. I mean, sometimes you can grab your loadout and people could be rushing you with like their car or in the helicopter or in a buggy, and you can easily just snap at them, just pull out your RPG and just keep shooting, and it's just amazing. So, but if I do find like a sniper rifle later on in game, I do tend to pick it up majority of the time, depending on the situation and depending on how we are playing at that present time. If I feel like we need to use more snipers, then I'll pick up a sniper. If I feel like too many people on my team have RPGs, then I'll pick up a sniper. If I feel like too many people are using snipers, then I'll use an RPG. Things like that. You just got to work around your team. You can't use the same thing. I feel like if you're playing in quads and 2 people have snipers, I would say other two should carry RPG, and vice versa. I mean, if other two are carrying RPG, the other two should carry snipers. I just feel like that's how it should work. If you're playing in a 3 man, I would say 2 people carry snipers and 1 RPG. If you're playing, obviously Geos is not out yet, but if Geos comes out, obviously 1 sniper and 1 RPG. If you're playing solos, you get to choose whatever you want to do. Um, uh, and we land onto the perks. Now the perks I use is EOD, Ghost, and Amped. Now perk 1, I use EOD. I used to use double time just to run faster from the storm or run faster from enemies and things like that. But then I thought, you know what? Why am I using double time? Why am I using double time instead of EOD? A lot more people have RPGs. A lot more people have C4s. Why am I not using EOD? And everyone else is in the game. So it just kind of haunted me a little bit. Cold Blooded is good too, but on an AR, I don't think you really need it, especially if you're running a lot and things like that. Just avoid getting shot, to be honest. But I've always wondered, why am I using double time and I'm not using EOD? So that's when I switched to EOD. Second perk, I use Ghost. Now, Ghost is amazing. I feel like, Ghost is proper necessary in this game. Personally, some people use Overkill, which is good if you're going to put on 2 weapons, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing it for Ghost. However, you could use Overkill to get your first loadout, and then to get your secondary you can set up another class, call in another loadout that's got a ghost on it, and that way you get your primary and secondary with two of your best weapons. You could do that if you want. I tend not to do that too much because I realized if I go for my second loadout which comes in from the game, I tend to always get killed, and I don't want to be spending 20k on two loadout drops when I could be reviving my teammates, bringing them back into the game, when I could be buying self-revive, when I could be buying UAV and things like that. I just don't find it, that worth it. But if I find an enemy's, you know, loadout drop or whatever, I'll just camp it out and take whatever weapon they have if I do like it. Perk 3 I use amped. This is because when I use RPGs or any other secondary that I pick up, maybe snipers or LMGs, I would personally like to switch weapons faster. I wouldn't like to just sit there, trying to switch weapons, taking a whole 2-3 seconds just to switch weapons. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So I use amped. I used to use I think it was a Shrap tune up. I used to use tune up only because it reduced revive time by 25%. But then I thought, you know what? It's not really worth that 25%, So I just thought, you know what? Let me just switch to amped. But yeah, lethal C4 tactical. I use heartbeat sensor, and yeah, that's it, guys. Whew, here we get a win as well. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed my voiceover, my commentary, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed this class setup. If you did, please leave a like, comment, share the video, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, comment down below. Say hi in the comments so I know you're new to the channel and I can reply to your comments. I'll always reply to every single comment. Yeah, guys, thank you all for the support. Turn the bell icon, hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I next drop a video. And yeah, guys, peace out. Take care and enjoy the end of this video. Bless up. Them riot shield people, man, gosh. That's how you know people just play fucking trampy. I was just shooting their legs.
Yeah, I ran across the top and came behind.